Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And shalom to you, brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continually fighting the good fight of faith, Lord willing. We have found that number to be delivered. All right. So I want to get into the marks, the two marks that the scriptures speak of. All right. The two marks that the scriptures speak of. The mark in the book of Ezekiel and the mark in the book of Revelation. All right. Because at the end of the day, there's a mark you want to receive and there's a mark you don't want to receive. All right. So let's start off with Ezekiel 9:4. And it says, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." All right. Now, we don't really hear too much about Ezekiel 9:4, but it's also a very important scripture because this mark, as we go and get into it, this mark is a very important mark to have. All right. So this mark, let's listen to it.
Strong's H 8420. Tav.
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 All right. And let's look at the biblical uses of it. It says desire, mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. All right. Now that's something you want to have. You want to be exempt from judgment. Whatever the Lord is going to do, whether it be by the thermonuclear missiles, whether it be by the devil coming down having great wrath, you want to be exempt from all that. Meaning you want to be removed from that. All right. So this mark in Ezekiel 9:4 is a mark that one would desire to have. But not only that, let's go back to Ezekiel 9:4 and let's read it again. It says, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." All right. So at the end of the day, we're going to have to agree to disagree. You people don't want to believe what the MOTB is in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. That's fine. But let me say this, right? If you profess yourselves to be a servant of the Lord and you profess yourselves to be, a recipient of that mark, which is the mark of being exempt from judgment, what does the scripture say here? Upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Now, if you look around, you're not going to hear too many of these camps speak about this, right? So let me say it this way, so you can understand and listen up. If you're tired of paying rent, you should want this place to be destroyed. If you're tired of paying child support, you should want this place to be destroyed. Now, what I mean by paying child support, you support your children, absolutely. But these devils make it so that they take so much money from you, you can't survive your damn self. All right? If you're tired of paying car payments, you should want this place to be destroyed. If you're tired of getting up at 4 and 5 in the morning and going to work, busting your shit every day, every week, you should want this place to be destroyed. If you're tired of just being broke and not being able to maintain, on a daily basis, you should want this place to be destroyed, man. And there's many other things we can come up with that one should desire for this place to be destroyed. Here you are, a lot of you men are out there putting your wives online, talking about their Hebrew Israelite wives, and you come to the door, they're meeting you with a fresh plate of buttermilk biscuits, talking about I'm a Hebrew Israelite wife and I cook for my man. That's all fucking fun and games, man, and smoke and mirrors. This shit is about to get real deal, man. Ain't no woman gonna be rolling up with videos and, pancakes and buttermilk biscuits and all that other shit. That's how you know. The scripture says, set a mark upon the men and the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry. You should be sighing and crying right now, man. Hoping and praying that the Lord bring this place down speedily. Brothers ain't coming to my house and seeing my wife. You hate shalom, brothers, and I'm an Hebrew Israelite wife, and nah. My wife gives me hell, man. But that's the lot. So here you are at the end of this thing and desiring that the Lord take this place out yesterday because of all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. And this is what we hope and pray for, man, that this is that year where the Lord starts to stretch out his arm and flex his muscles, man, and starts bringing all kinds of havoc and hell on this place. Go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that mark is the mark of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So let me jump over to Revelation. Let me jump over to Revelation in 13 and 16. And he says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So let's go to the blue letter and look up that word mark. Right? Let me go back up and listen to it.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
We pronounce it karagma. All right? And again, we understand what this is. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculptured, graven work, or idolatrous image. All right? But the point being here, karagma, meaning what? A graven image, a thing carved or sculptured. When you carve, back in the day when you was, had your little girlfriend, you go to the park bench and carve your name, your initials, AB plus E, DC forever. What was you doing? You was actually piercing that wood and going underneath the surface, right? Or graven work, again, when you get your little honey and you go to the jeweler and you get the heart and he got to graven the initials in there, right? Graven the initials. Let me get rid of that shit. Hey, Slocky had to take a quick call, but so all that being said, this mark you want to stay away from, man. This is the mark you want to stay away from, and this is the mark that a lot of people are stuck, getting the understanding of. And again, that's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And if that other mark, if the mark in Ezekiel represents being exempt from judgment, then and that mark is understanding of the word, then the mark in Ezekiel should have you understanding clearly what the mark in Revelation is talking about. You see? But all being told, man, you don't hear these guys talking about this. They're so wrapped up into their own thing, they're not concerned about being exempt from judgment. They're not even talking about judgment. And this is why when the Lord comes back, man, he's coming back to do some damage. And only before he comes back, he's going to send his henchman, Esau, which is the sword, which is thy sword, to really do a number on Jake, man. As a matter of fact, let's get back into this. And I want, again, just to hit a couple quick points. Because what we're seeing today in the world matches to a T of what the scriptures have been talking about. Okay? Verse 16 again, it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark. All right? That no man might buy or sell. And we're seeing more information about this mark, that's this chip that's being pushed out in the world concerning commerce, man, concerning buying and selling. Damn near everything that they're pushing out there has something to do with buying and selling, man. And it's not talking about no massive level, man. They're showing people in regular convenience stores, Whole Food stores, liquor stores, on a very basic level. You mean to tell me that everybody else got it wrong? Esau got it wrong. The prophets got it wrong. The Lord got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong, but it matches up perfectly to what the scriptures are saying. And this is why it's important to receive that mark that the book of Ezekiel 9:4 is speaking about. Okay? Because that mark is the mark of representing wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the word. Who you are as a people as well. But, there's not much more you people can say, man. There's not much more you people can say about whether or not Revelation 13 and 16 is talking about what is going on in the world today. Shit, even Esau Edom knows, man. Esau Edom even pushing, this was written in the Bible. This is written in the scriptures, Esau says. Esau can understand it, but you so-called men of the Lord can't understand this? That's how you know the Lord truly has, blinded you. But not only has he blinded you, the scripture says that the mark in Ezekiel is the mark of being exempt from judgment. So that judgment is going to come down onto you because you haven't received that mark. The wisdom and knowledge and understanding, you haven't received it. So therefore, the outcome is going to be judgment is going to come down to you. Whatever judgment it may be. But it's going to be at the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? All right? So with that, I'm going to say shalom. Lord willing, I'll see you on another one. Till then, shalom.